All right, so I am just excited to put myself through some punishment again. I've signed up for, a couple weeks ago, I signed up for another off-road triathlon after my Xterra adventure there. And this time I'm being smarter about it with the lessons I learned from that. So this is actually closer to home. It's just down the road in Cumberland. And I'm going to be I signed up for this sprint triathlon, which is a terrible name for this type of triathlon because it's like calling a half marathon a sprint marathon. it's still like 2 hours worth of effort, so it's not easy, but it's much more doable for me and my fitness level compared to the full championship. So I'm really excited. I can actually push and probably, race this thing a little bit. So really pumped. Yesterday I got out on the bike and just did the entire bike course just so I knew where I was going, where I could keep speed. What I find with the bike, especially in mountain biking, as opposed to road biking or road triathlons, where you can just kind of keep a good cadence and deal with the hills and descents as they come. With mountain biking, if you get hung up at the bottom of a hill and you lose all that momentum going into a hill, it takes so much more effort and energy and frustration to get up those hills. So yeah, in this video I'm going to show you the highlights and my thoughts on the bike course, which I think is really, really important, maybe the most important part of an off-road triathlon. And let's get into it. So for the swim, I won't spend long here, but this is the original plan they wanted to have for the swim. But the water is incredibly low, which just happens. But as you can see here, these are actually logs that float in the water to stop all the waves from coming in. So a little bit of a break for the swimmers. This water is down all the way out to here. So the only parts of logs that are actually floating are kind of from here to here. The rest are completely on the ground. So you can walk out to this area, which means that this original loop is knee deep at best on this leg. So they're going to redo that. I don't really care where they do it. Swimming's whatever. There's buoys, you swim around them, you go to T1 for the transition from swim to bike. They'll do what they do. That'll be easy to figure out once you're in the water. I'm not going to be first, so I'm not going to be leading the pack. I'm going to follow somebody. And then the bike course. So this is where I spent most of my time yesterday because I find it the most important. Like I said, you want to keep your speed when you can, recover where you can, be in the right gears where you need to be. So let's go through it here. So this is the T1 transition just up here at the green dot, and then it's road for a little bit. Then you go on to kind of a double track, single track, really easy kind of trail that people would walk their dogs on, called double track. Easy. Then you get on to one called China Creek Trail, and this is a trail that's really good. If you had your bike locked out, you'd want to throw it into unlock mode because there's a lot of roots here and a lot of rooty climbs. So having that wheel traction in the back is far more important than the efficiency of just having it locked out. So that's what I recommend through here. That's what I'm going to do. And then it's onto a log road. This is where you can definitely recover or get some speed if you got lots of legs in you, but you are going to have a pretty long climb coming up in the pig. So here we go, off we go. A couple quick little short easy climbs, punchy climbs, but pretty easy to climb up. It's not technical. Come across up the main climb trail, then onto 2 and a juice. This is a great blue trail, no issues here. Single track, go, little downhill, and then you end up at the base of the pig. The pig is a black diamond trail that I've actually never done before. What's funny about this is we are going to be going up a black diamond descent trail, so it is a little technical. It's got some really quick downhills, quick uphills, and a kind of a slug up this thing. So we're going to be going up, and yeah, there's some good little valleys, quick downhill, and then carry the speed to the uphill. That's what I recommend. Is there's none of the downhills are that technical. You're rarely going to need to use brakes on this entire climb. So climbing. It's all good. It's hard, but it's fairly easy. Then we go across here, So this is just a little bit of a log road, a little bit of climbing trail here, the entrails. And then it goes into, I think, Rugburn it's called, and then to Scat and Brats. Now these are standard, if I had to put it on a postcard of what the standard Cumberland trail looks like, these would be it. Great ocean views, treed in some spots, lots of tiny little rock slabs that you got to go over and up, little punchy technical climbs that are kind of like 10 meters of climbing where it's really kind of punchy and technical, and then lots of little drops on the descents through Scat and Brat. So for me, I'm going to try and save a lot of energy and flush out my legs between Pig and the start of, I guess, Rugburn and Scat. Try and conserve some energy. It's a little bit of climbing, but it's really easy, so I'm gonna put in easy gear, try and pedal really quickly so I can flush out my legs a little bit, because I really want to be able to make time up on this downhill, so I'm really pumped for that. So once I get to Scat, it's all the way down to Brat, over to Black Hole, standard blue trails, Rudy, and then that goes to the top of Space Nugget, which I think some people are kind of hit or miss on Space Nugget. It's one of my favorite trails. I love it. It's kind of technical, kind of weird turns, weird climbs, and then some really kind of cool valley berms, giant berms type feel. And then it pops you out at the end here, and then it's just an easy double track, basically multi-use path to T2, which is the transition from bike to run. The run I don't care about. I just want to conserve my energy, so I'm going to look at the course here, but basically all I see is, oh, there you go. There's a lot of climbing right at the beginning, which is usually expected, and then it's pretty level, and then there's good descent. So I'm going to do what I can to conserve some energy here so I can run faster here, because I'm not a strong descent runner. There's definitely techniques that I don't know about running downhill so much, and my knees aren't great. So I'll try and do the punchy climb really well, and then I'll try and hold a pretty good pace here, and then it's just a short descent, so I'll manage that. And then it's over. That's it. So race day is tomorrow. I'm gonna get my bike ready, everything, all my kit ready, my Rux box full of kits, and go racing. So cheers. Hope that was a little bit helpful. Gave you an idea what was going through my head for these races. So